Hey everyone, and welcome to Screams After Midnight TV Edition. I am Peter, that is Tim, and we are working our way through Tales from the Crypt. It's going to be Season 6, Episode 14. It is called 99 and 44 out of 100% Pure Horror.
I don't get it.
I think the 99 and 44 out of 100%, I feel like that's something you get on like soap or shampoo. Like that's like a stat.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know if maybe maybe at this time if there was like some commercial or something that would
Yeah.
maybe reference that or
Yeah, I have to say, I don't think I have ever in my life seen a number out of a
soap.
percent. Shut up. You know, like the way I stress, like 44/100%. I've never seen that.
Yeah,
I don't know how to actually say that mathematically. I'm just sort
yeah,
of saying it out loud. It's
yeah.
weird. But hey, so yeah, Tales of the Crypt. Full spoilers for the episode, as always. Tim, how are you?
Mhm.
You good?
Yeah, good.
Have you been shaving again, or are you just still shaved from last time?
No, I shaved again. Yeah, I think I shaved like Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere around there.
Is the goal to be getting married with a clean shaven face?
No, I, there's like a certain like in between area where I
Mm,
don't like, I don't like to be completely shaven, but I also don't like having like a big bushy beard. So,
great
you know,
big bushy beard.
it, but yeah, so usually, but I'm also lazy, so like, I don't want to like, trim it once a week or something. So I usually just let it grow out all the way until basically like it's slipping into my mouth like like when the mustache part grows like a little too long and you're just like, is there something in my mouth? And you're like, oh no, it's just my mustache seeping in. So
I
I'll
just
usually
want,
wait till about then.
I just want you to know I'm going to cut out the sentence slipping into my mouth from Tim and just use it very inappropriately. I'm warning you right now. That's something that's happening, Tim.
But
But yeah,
yeah, so then I'll just shave completely and then I'll be like, all right, so I don't know, in like
a week,
2 3, well,
maybe
like
more.
I don't know, like 2 3 weeks it'll probably be like at the way I like it. And then
It's funny.
yeah,
I
once.
I got to a point where I realized I hated how I looked with a clean shave. Like I hate it
Yeah,
with a
yeah, I don't like
passion.
it.
And I've come to accept I am a man with a beard, and it does
Mhm.
get too bushy sometimes, and then I have to like trim it down a little bit to make it less
Yeah.
thick. But yeah, um, no,
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I feel like, yeah, it makes me look like a lot younger and like a lot chubbier and stuff. And I'm just like,
yep,
yeah, I don't, I'm not
I,
a fan.
I concur. My face is just a better shape when there's hair at the bottom
Mhm.
to give it some definition. I guess is what I'm saying.
Agreed.
And then you can make your jokes about the hair up here going down there if you want. That's fine. So yeah, so we're going to have 99 and 44 out of 100% pure horror. That is such an awkward ass title. This is a stupid
Yeah.
title. So this episode is about an artist, a lady artist who is married to a man who runs a soap and shampoo company, and he's like a third generation, owner of this. His grandfather started the company, and she's this extreme artist, does all this really weird body horror, like paintings and stuff like that. She's cheating on her husband, and she designed all of the logos and like bottle designs for his shampoo and soap. And they don't have a really good marriage, and he tells her that they're going to have to change all the designs. They're going to have to change them all, and she's like, okay, fine, I'll make some new ones. But he's like, sorry, but we've got another artist, and it's just the board of directors have got my hands tied. You understand? And she is like this awful human being who it's just from the word go, she is just awful to everyone around her. And her attitude about everything kind of stinks. She's extremely selfish and thinks everything revolves around her. And then ultimately she ends up killing her husband because of this news, and then tries to dispose of his body in his soap processing plant into like a big vat of soap. So he comes out as little bars of soap, and then that leads to the big sort of twist come up in ending, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But that is the episode in a nutshell. Tim,
Mhm. Yeah.
did you enjoy 99 and 44 out of 100% pure horror?
Uh, not not that much. It's not the worst. It's a little similar to last week's episode where I feel like overall it's not a good episode, but there were like a few things that I liked. The the ending like gore effect I thought looked really cool. Like you don't really see that much of it, but I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the last
Um,
like 60 seconds is pretty
yeah.
good from a visual perspective. Yeah.
And then like there's some humor stuff with like when she's trying to dispose of the body, which I was like, oh, this might have been fun in a different episode, but it feels like I think my big complaint about this episode is it kind of feels like all over the place. Like the character herself, I feel like is really strange because I feel like you can't be this like weird artsy person who's like painting this like bloodless, or not bloodless but like skinless, bloody horrific images, but then also be this really like money grubbing, like very posh corporate
Yeah,
kind of person.
she's kind of like the rich trophy wife who insists the world revolves around her, but she's also an artist who's painting like
Yeah.
basically the way I describe it is if you remember Predator when you find the skinned humans, that's kind of what she's painting, and she's really
Okay.
serious about her art, but it feels like it's purely from a money perspective, and it just doesn't feel right as a character. It's weird.
Yeah, like I don't understand if if you because she's obviously a very good artist, but if you want to do art but also be famous and make money and stuff, why why are you doing like these weird Hellraiser flayed corpses? Like that's not the kind of like art that
And
I would think would be that popular.
she's surprised that a daytime TV show won't let her show her
Yeah.
paintings. Now, don't get me wrong. I thought it was a bit weird how she comes out because there's another artist, like a graffiti artist, who turns out to be the guy that the company's hired, because of course it is. But he's on showing his stuff, and he's on first, and then he's like, "Oh, when am I going on?" It's all right now, and she's like, and then the host is like, "Oh, and welcome, Willa, whatever her name is, this artist who does all these shampoo bottles," and she asked one question about how your 15 minutes of fame are up. Do you agree with that? And she's like, no, I'm redesigning the bottles right now. In fact, I'm also working on some new artwork, original. I'm going to reveal that right now. And then the host immediately goes, I'm sorry, but we're out of time. After the break, we'll be back with children who are special. And all I could think was, okay, you don't want to show the paintings, but she literally was on screen for about 60 seconds in this TV show. Like, that wasn't enough of
Yeah.
a segment. It was weird.
Yeah, and I don't know, I could be wrong, but like don't TV show guests they probably get like paid or something, I assume. Like no, I don't know.
No, not always. You'd be surprised. Like,
Oh, okay.
most interview subjects and like documentaries and stuff don't get paid either.
Oh, really? Oh, then
I mean,
would assume to at least get something, like not like a bunch of money, but
if it's a big production, if it's like a really well financed one, maybe. And obviously, if it's famous people, like if
yeah.
Chris Pratt's did an interview for a making of documentary, unless it was included in his contract originally, but
Mhm.
he'll get paid for that, right?
Okay.
You don't get Jack Nicholson to do an interview without paying him a shit ton of money now, but
Oh,
if you watch a documentary about like a farm, that farmer probably didn't get paid. He's probably just he's doing it because a TV crew said, "Hey, do you want to be
yeah.
in a documentary?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll be in a documentary."
Oh, honestly, that's kind of messed up. But
I
uh,
mean, again,
but
it's not 100%, but I guarantee
yeah.
you, if you assume that everyone who's been interviewed on TV or in a documentary is being paid, I guarantee you it's less than half at most.
Oh, okay. All right, so listen, yeah, she's not getting paid or anything, but still, like, there's like a bit of like a process and stuff that would go into like booking guests and everything. Like, I feel like you
Oh
wouldn't
sure.
book a guest to literally have them on for 20 seconds just so you can say like, hey, you suck, right? All right, we're gone. Like,
I
I don't
guess you
know.
could argue it's the shoddiness of this local TV studio rather
Sure.
than a representation of how the industry actually works. Because obviously it gets murky because when I'm talking about big actors, like a lot of the stuff they do in their movies coming out and they're promoting it, that's all kind of included in their contract. They're not getting individually paid for like going on
True.
to each talk show that they're plugging their thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's not as simple as just person gets paid to come on and talk about something. I guess is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Uh,
Honestly, the I don't the whole art angle is not needed at all. Like you
no,
could totally lose this, like, and I think it would really make it a lot better. Because yeah, just focus on, she's a, like a corporate, kind of, obsessed with money person who married this older guy, and then once he finds out she's cheating on him, then he wants to file for divorce, and that's what sets her off. Like that's totally fine. You don't need any of this art stuff. It just makes it kind of feel weird and muddied.
Although, just to correct one minor point there, it's actually her that wants a divorce, not him. He's like, oh,
Oh,
let's
true.
make
Yeah.
this work. Let's go to marriage counselling. This is as much my
Oh,
fault as
yeah.
it is yours.
Yeah. He was actually one of the like most reasonable spouses we probably had on this show.
Yes. And she responds by calling him a wimp and proceeds to beat him over the head with. I thought it was a big bar of soap at first. It might have just been like an
It's
ornament, but.
yeah. I don't know if it was like I thought it was like a maybe like her pocket bag or something because it seemed like it had like a string on it, but
Yeah, I
that
think
wouldn't
I think it
really
was like a
be that.
fancy big bar of soap that had like a bow on it. You know,
Oh,
you
okay.
get it from one of those you know, like when you go into like Lush or a fancy soap only
Yeah.
store, and you smell like you're in like Sugarland because it's like just hitting you with all these scents, and you're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, being clean never smelled so disgusting. So, so yeah, and then so this whole subplot though, well, I say subplot, but there's a whole character. There's this like the guy she's been cheating with, who she's
Mhm.
not really cheating with. He's just there to like be this artistic inspiration, and kind of, as she actually says at one point, you're basically just my slave, and she makes him dispose of the body without him. He's too stupid to ever realize what he's actually doing, and then she just like tells him to get lost, and then he gets lost, and then we never see him again.
Yeah. Yeah, and I
Uh,
feel like he probably could have if he cut all the art stuff out and maybe have more gags about hiding the dead body, because it is like a weird thing when she rolls him up in the carpet and then yeah, they're about to like have sex on top of it and the head's kind of poking out and stuff. It's like, all right, maybe let's see like more gags or something
Yeah,
with her,
like
her
let's
trying
say
to hide him.
she's just the rich man's wife who's really frustrated.
Mhm.
She's having an affair. She then kills her husband, and the most of the episode would say about disposing of the body, but this guy's too stupid to realize that he's helping dispose of a body, and there's just more gags
Yeah.
like that. Sure, yeah, I can see there been some fun there. I think the last minute's pretty fun, but like
Mhm.
the rest of it just it feels like a very generic Tales from the Crypt episode, but with all these big glaring problems of okay, the character doesn't make a whole lot of sense. She's really awful, but I feel there's a lot of other awful characters in Tales from the Crypt you can still kind of have fun watching. At no
Oh, sure.
point did I ever have any entertainment of her being awful to someone.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
You know, it just kind of feels like oh, she's just awful. Like I don't like her,
Yeah.
as opposed to oh, she's awful. I'm having fun watching her be like horrible to people, and you know,
Mhm.
like it should be funny. Like you know, when the guy she's cheating with expects sex after he helps dispose of the body. When she tells him to get lost, and he's like, "What? You promised?" Like I feel like that should be a funny moment, but it's not because I'm
Yeah.
not having any fun with her like mistreating him. I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So
uh, I kind of laughed when he was like outside her window, like begging to come up, and I think at one point he's like I'll beg like a dog, and he starts like barking. Like Jesus Christ, this guy.
yeah, and then eventually he's like, "Oh, forget the key. Someone's coming out. I'll just come in."
It's like what if like he's really bad at this whole like affair thing because like if the husband was still alive he would be like what the hell's going on out there like
Yeah, and this is also the building where they live, so like the neighbors are
yeah.
going to see and hear this shit. Like, this is not the most covert ever. I'll say that much. Uh, so yeah, I mean, actually, I recognize the actor, Bruce Davison.
Yes, I too I could be wrong but I believe he was one of the doctors in Kingdom Hospital, that Stephen King miniseries from like way back in the day.
For the rest of us mere mortals who aren't obsessed with Stephen King productions, he was in the first X-Men movie.
Oh, Senator Jellyfish guy.
Yes, Senator Kelly. Yes. I thought you were going to say X-Men, and you went on this weird tangent about a Stephen King miniseries.
Hey, I'll never forget anything that man does. Love him. Yeah,
Uh,
I think he played kind of like the jerky bad guy
yeah.
doctor.
Oh, this
Um,
this dude works hard. He's in like 10 things a year. Jesus Christ, just
oh well.
like really impressive. Just how much he's. I mean, it's a lot of guest roles and TV shows, admittedly, but still, he gets around. Gets around. All
Good on
right,
you.
interesting. Anyway, so
Open invitation to come on the show anytime you want.
so the ending is that she puts him in the big the processing for the soap, and all the bars of soap come out of the machine, and she takes him home, and she's
I
like,
feel like there's more to these machines than
"Oh
like
sure." Also, the amount that she takes away that she says is the entire body, I don't buy for a second. It's
okay.
like maybe 24 bars of soap. I'm like, no, the human body fits into more bars of soap than that. Shut up. And but she's talking to, she's like, "Oh, you always wanted to be in the shower with me. Now's your chance." And she goes for a shower and uses one of the bars of soap with him inside it, which I wouldn't use. Like if I had killed someone and disposed of their body in the soap processing plant and into the soap itself, I would deliberately buy other brands for a good few months before I'd be
Oh, sure.
ready ready to go back to that brand. But
Yeah, I mean, there's so much you can do. Like, if there's a a lake or a river or something nearby, you can just throw them in there. Or when she gets home and puts them all in the sink, I thought she was going to just start running the water on 'em just
yeah,
to,
to get
like,
yeah dispose of them. Yeah.
yeah, but no.
But he so there was some setup earlier on in one of his commercials about how hydrochloric acid is used in soap and how they're trying to stop that. But clearly she didn't know how to like process it. She just turned on a button. So when she goes to like wash herself with the soap, after a couple of minutes she starts to like her skin starts to peel off and melt, and she's like screaming. And then of course there's the wonderfully absurd shot of the eyeball in the soap looking at her. It's actually still moving around as if she's still alive somehow. Sure.
Yeah, like this was all cool. It was again, it's a very short part of the episode, but at least it looked really cool. Like if you're gonna do something, at least have like a big
If
kind
the
of
episode was this fun and wacky, like throughout, I'd be praising it. But it wasn't. It was kind of tedious for most of
yeah
it, and then there was this one really great scene at the end. So I can't recommend it, unfortunately. But
yeah.
you
It
know,
was also really weird because it was like, oh, like when she's starting to kind of melt and they have that voiceover and stuff. Like I didn't remember that at all. I was like,
oh
what
yeah,
was it? Was this a plot point?
yeah, it
Okay.
wasn't a very important plot point. It felt very shoehorned in, I suppose. Actually, you could argue that the twist kind of comes out of nowhere, but hey, it was the best scene in the episode, so I'm not going to critique that one too much. I'll critique the rest of it.
Sure.
So, yeah, but there you go. That is episode, what we on? That was 14, so we got one left of the season. We got one left of season 6, and then we're on to the final season, so look forward to that. You can, of course, support us by going over to patreon.com/MailFuzzTV. You get these Tales from the Crypt reviews 1 week early at the $1 tier. And of course, if you can't support us over there, don't feel too bad. Like, subscribe, all the usual stuff. Turn off your ad block, watch the ads on YouTube. All of that genuinely does help. So do all that. And but that's us. So thank you very much once again for watching or listening. We always appreciate it. Keep watching Scary TV, guys. And we'll see you next time.